The Brazil Gamble. Some places demand more than just skill. They demand commitment, risk, and all-win mentality. That's Brazil. And I didn't fully realize it until it was too late. When I planned this trip, I saw a chance to fly, explore, and enjoy some solid cross-country conditions, nothing too extreme. After all, I was about to become a father I had to look forward to, and taking big risks wasn't part of the plan. But here is the thing, Brazil doesn't care about your plans. You either go in or you watch others take the flights you came for. The Sertão, Brazil's vast, rugged backcountry. It's legendary in the paragliding world. Many FIA distance records have been set here, first from foot launch sites like Queixada and more recently from tow sites like Açu. The secret? The weather. The sun. More intense near the equator, kicks thermals into action early and they replenish quickly. Add in a consistent easterly wind and you have perfect recipe for massive flights. The best season runs from late September to mid-November during the region's dry spell. And while many think of Brazil as having brutal howling wind, the truth is different. The meteo wind usually sits between 15 and 25 kilometers, but on launch, thermal gusts can make things feel wilder than they are. Solid ground handling skills and good timing are key. Tow places like Açu and Caico have gained popularity over the classic hillsides like Queixada and Patu. Without the Venturi effect, towing provides a smoother, safer start of the flight. Typical day starts early, 5:30 breakfast, 6 o'clock heading to launch, 7 o'clock towing begins up until 9:30, and then the cars go to pick up pilots. If you are new to the area, waiting for better conditions and higher cloud base can pay off. Going all in from the start isn't always the best move. But in Brazil, the ones who commit, who prepare, and who takes the right risks, those are the pilots who go big. Flying in Brazil is like playing poker. Every stage of the day presents a choice. Fold early or keep pushing. If you hit lift on your first tow, you're golden. If not, you're back on the ground for a restart. Early in the morning it's slow, but there are thermals working. Around 9-10 o'clock, the atmosphere stabilizes and everything goes away. This is where you need to be high up and prepared to struggle. You are turning everything from even minus 0.5s. Then it kicks on again for another hour and a half, then it dies off again, and this pattern continues through the whole day with atmosphere stabilizing even at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. After 3, if you can survive, you fly to sunset. Sunset is 5:30 and it gets dark super quick, so be careful where you land. The biggest thing here, you need to be really patient and you need to be switching gears from flying plus 10 thermals to staying afloat and circling even small minuses. The good, the bad, and the ugly. The good. Early takeoffs mean more time flying. If you take off at 7 o'clock, you stand a good chance to do a long flight. That's good, but it's tricky to stay high from the first takeoff. And if you bomb out 9 o'clock, then your day is gone. Strong winds and thermals offer insane cross-country potential. You really get some strong thermals and the cloud streets that you have seen on the videos. You think you can fly for days without turning anything, but as I said, there are cycles that you need to be paying attention to. So you need experience in Brazil, a lot of experience. The flat terrain makes it for safer landings because there is no obstacles in your way, so less rotors, but there is a lot of jurema. Jurema is like big bushes. You don't want to be landing in them unless you are faced with extremely strong winds and you use them as a cushion to save you. But other than that, they are pain in the ass and they are everywhere. So you see footage now, Jurema is everywhere. So you're flying constantly over big patches of Jurema, and the only place you can land are the roads or some boat patches. The locals are super friendly and always willing to help. The bad bits. Now, depends which company you use. Winch retrieval can be a big struggle due to delays, bad coordination, language barrier, which we're gonna speak about later. Unpredictable weather cycles. This is what I mentioned before. It's perfect for an hour, and then it gets completely shaded off, for example, and there's nothing you can do. And it's lunchtime, you get a lot of dust devils. It's tricky. You don't get signal when you fly there. The locations are very remote. You only get signal when you fly above a city. So a Garmin InReach device or a Spot is a must there. Don't even think about flying without having one. It's a serious business there. No one can find you even with these satellite things.
Orubo, my friend.
I briefly mentioned dust devils, but when you fly there, you see them quite often, hopefully just from the air. This is a big thing. I was lucky that I only saw them from the air, and when I see them on the ground, I didn't have the paraglider open. They are scary. Now, it's quite difficult even for the companies that are doing retrievals to find you sometimes, because the roads, there are back roads, you're landing in a place where it's super tricky to be found, and it takes 4 or 5 longer hours just until someone comes to pick you up. You need to be prepared to walk a lot on foot because they cannot reach you sometimes. So be aware of that. My English is not great, but it's not that bad. Over there, it doesn't work. You get to experience the no inglese barrier. You need to be speaking Spanish or Portuguese. Ideally, you need to learn at least some phrases. This will be super helpful, and it's a big tip you should write down. Another bad thing is your equipment takes a lot of beating. You need a good equipment to be there. You need a performance, new wing. You know, you're going there for distances, so you need good gear. It needs to be exactly in the weight range that you want. From what I saw, you need to be below the all-up weight of your wing, so you can survive the struggles. And you need to really not care about your equipment, because the dust, the dry air and the bushes are beating your equipment a lot. It's not like flying in Europe. The ugly bit, which I didn't knew, and I learned it the hard way, this is the all-in mentality. Brazil is not for safe flying. Brazil is for pilots who push the limits and take risks. I was worried a lot about the Jurema bushes, and one of the top pilots there just pulled me aside and talked to me briefly about this. He said, you need to change the way you look at things. This big Jurema can be your friend if you're flying in a 50k wind. How are you gonna land if you don't have the Jurema? So this is the mentality. He had completely different mentality than me. And this is where my mistake was. I came expecting a leisure trip. With a baby on the way, I wasn't looking to gamble with dangerous decisions. I played it safe. and because of this I missed my chance at record flights. I
Not
still
much,
did a
but
personal
safe
best,
on the ground.
but it's nothing. I watched others take the risks I wasn't willing to take. I saw them go big while I hesitated, and I had to accept that if I wanted to fly with the best, I had to be prepared for what Brazil demands, physically, mentally, strategically. Would I do it differently? Maybe. I don't regret playing it safe, but I do regret not fully preparing for what Brazil demands. It's not a place for casual flying. It's a place where you either go in or you come home wondering what could have been. One thing for sure, I'll be back. And next time, I'll be ready.
O horizonte, o sertão, no coração do piloto bate a preocupação, mas o voo é livre e eu continuo a lutar, desviando